Hiya, my name is Veronica, Imaginovator and host. Welcome to the Shaboo Prince Artist Studio, where you and I will play hard and embark on your new Odyssey.
It's an inward journey of discovery using your enlivened sense of wonder. Each episode will offer you surprising experiences for deeper imagination and creativity to occur. This is your safe playground where you will discover and liberate your creative originality. Come on in and let's ride.
Hiya, I'm Veronica, your host, and welcome back again to the Shaboo Artist Studio. I'm so glad you're sticking with me, and we're continuing on this journey of your imagination and creativity, this Odyssey that is such a fun ride. I hope you agree.
Hiya, I'm your assistant, Imaginovator Veronica, and I will help you get the most out of your new Odyssey, a program unlike anything you've ever seen before. Each episode is a grab bag of various creativity experiences and activities that will get you thinking in new ways and increase your curiosity for your imagination and creative self-expression. All you have to do is sit back, have an open mind, and watch. And I guarantee you will get something good for yourself out of the next half hour.
So by now, you should start to be getting the idea that we're all creative beings. That's a fact. Did you know that Harper Business put out a study?
It examined 1,600 3 to 5-year-olds. 98% of them tested at the genius level of creativity. No surprise, right? We know children are unadulteratedly creative. They gave the same test to the same group when they became 13 to 15-year-olds, who tested only 12% at the genius level of creativity. That's quite a drop-off in 10 years. They then gave the same test to a much larger group of adults who tested only 2% at the genius level of creativity.
Yeah. So, one, it says a couple of things that for the most part, if everything is generally okay physiologically, we are born creative geniuses. We are born as creative beings. That's a fact. And that there's something about our system and the growing up process that diminishes that, and we lose touch with that. But it doesn't go away. So do you see an opportunity here like I do? Yeah. So no wonder you feel there's more to your life, more to your potential, more that you can create, more that you can do, but just don't know how to get it. It's because it's not really encouraged. Now, interestingly enough, like we mentioned before, we're at a moment in time where it's actually now required. Funny, huh? We have to come back to it. So it's just a matter of reacquainting yourself with what you already know, who you already are. And so dropping labels, dropping expectations, becoming unconventional and unique, returning to your original creative self. And we're going to do that through play and fun. So excited. So we're going to talk about the unknown. Why is that so uncomfortable? And the fact that we might need something in the space to hang on to, some familiarity, conventionality, what it means to let go of all that. It's a big deal. But if you can learn to dive into some spaces that are unknown and open and be okay with it, well, that's a whole nother level of existence, isn't it? And all the possibilities are endless. There's an interesting exercise that I give my creativity students. And it's just kind of designed to give you a little more information about where you're at, how you react to the unknown, how open you are to diving into nothingness and the unknown? How do you feel about that word, nothing, or a void with nothing in it? That can make people very uncomfortable. So I've created an exercise that just lets us gently play in that. And I call it the blank page tour. Yeah. So how do you emotionally react when I ask you, I need you to fill this blank page? And how does that make you feel? It makes you feel maybe excitement, like you want to dive in and do whatever you want. For some, it could be very unnerving. Is there a sense of pressure, doubt, confusion, excitement? Who are you when you are confronted with the unknown, a blank space, total and complete freedom of expression to do what you want? So, let's have fun with this. Take a chance, let yourself go. Let's have a blast. I want you to look at this field. I want you to take a good deep look at this field.
Most adults only skim the surface of their imagination and creativity, like snorkelers, but your creative genius lies deeper. That's why you'll need tools like kaleidoscope journeys, curly-haired towel, and this blank page tour. They will help you dive more deeply into your far-out imagination. Deep imaginovation requires going away from conventionality, where most people remain. It takes a bit more courage, and that's why I'm here, to make you feel secure enough to explore the fantastic unknown, accessible through your super imagination. It's at this deep level your creative, original self waits to talk with you. This is about freeing yourself from conventionality, which is everywhere and very subtle. It can even hide in pencil and paper. And that's why we will draw with nothing but your heart. I will now cue some inspirational music. Let the music help you float up and into this other dimension where there is no time, no pressure, no heaviness. Be comfortable in this blank space and let what exists here begin to stir. I will now shuffle various shapes and lines and randomly select one for this blank page tour. Ah, yes, this one is very good. Imagine this shape to create anything you want. For example, you can orientate this upside down or clockwise. You can multiply it or change its size as much as you want. You can use it to create pictures or designs or patterns, anything you want. Hold this shape in your imagination because I will now remove it. For the next minute, use the shape as much as you can to create imaginary pictures on this blank field. Joining us on these blank page tours keeps you in discovery mode and lessens feelings of doubt and insecurity. Not to mention that they supercharge your imagination and creativity. Let's look at your current creativity level based on this experience and what that may mean for you. If your imagination uses the shape 1 to 10 times, you are creative. That means you know you are meant for more and why you may feel stuck in a current situation. You struggle with self-doubt and don't share some of your best ideas because your mind is a very good enforcer of conventionality. Here is some of the creative growth that is ahead for you. Tapping into your creative genius to do more of what you love and do it best. Spending more time in environments that offer you bigger opportunities. Finding a community that agrees you have untapped potential. Here are a few benefits to look forward to if you use more imagination and creativity in your life. Becoming more confident. Improving as a brilliant idea generator. Receiving much more joy and far less stress. And repairing your sense of destiny. If your imagination used the shape 11 to 24 times, you are very creative. You are ready to expand into the unknowns of more abundance and success, but struggle with waves of imposter syndrome and the drag of not always feeling like you belong. You aren't stuck but feel antsy. You are creatively brilliant but don't always see how it applies. You seek a new community that can help take you to the next level. Here is some of the creative growth that is ahead for you. Building the trust you have for your creative genius. Discovering ways to apply your ideas. Getting accustomed to a higher public profile. And considering your leadership potential. Here are just a few benefits to look forward to if you use more imagination and creativity in your life. Seeing more opportunities. Being more courageous. Valuing your creative originality. Feeling that your destiny is closer than ever before. All of which will increase your energy and joy. If your imagination used the shape 25 or more times, you are a star Imaginovator. You are very independent. You are a leader who makes a difference. You oftentimes feel misunderstood. You seek to work only in the creative flow and live in discovery mode. But you have pressure between creative flow and conventionality. Here is some of the creative growth that is ahead for you. Delegating and team building. Creating optimal home and work environments. Community leadership. Teaching. Better time management. Finding new ways to use your signature talent. Star Imaginovators can always use more imagination and creativity, and here's why. You need more relaxation and more aha moments. You will grow as an influencer. You will experience greater fulfillment and touch your destiny. And you will have more energy and drive. Do you want to know what I see in a blank page? I see a portal to an otherworldly place where I can see new pathways and have new ideas. I love diving into the vastness of imagination where my creative originality is and where ideas like the iPhone, Uber, and the everlasting gobstopper come from.
Yeah, just new fun ways to discover who we really are. Allow the blank page test and assessment to just give you a little more information about some snags maybe that are preventing you from surrendering to deeper levels where we'll go in next episodes, or areas where you're already excelling, areas that you want to discover more about yourself, and examine any labels that came up. You know, labels are really an important way to feel like we belong, but they get too heavy and restricting, and at some point no longer helpful. And I think for many of us, we're there. So what labels would you like to get rid of? What labels would you like to let go of? You feel like you want to expand and breathe, you're going to need to let go of some of them so that you'll just have the space to grow into it, right? Who that is, who you are next. So it's all really fun and interesting and gentle and kind. And I admire you and honor you for sticking with me in this fun playground and exploring freely without judgment who we both really are. It's as simple as that. And the more you do that, the harder it is for you to go back and do things and be in a way that was becoming unfulfilling and dissatisfying anyway.
Let's now awaken your heart with an introspective question. Notice any resistance you may feel or messages from the mind that may keep you from deeper truths. Let your heart respond and listen. When you reconnect with deeper creativity, you collect pearls of wisdom and experience more opportunity. Let's get a pearl of serendipity from Imaginovator Veronica's collection.
And we're going to have fun with expanding our ideas into accepting concepts like intuition. We're going to use our intuition here. You're going to help guide me in this exercise. We're also going to consider things like opportunities, chances, coincidences, synchronicities, which is something happening seemingly by chance that's to your benefit, hopefully, and serendipity, which is something that you need or wished for quietly, absolutely happening, and it's seemingly by coincidence, seemingly. Because the more you expand into your original creative self, creativity will help you see more. More creativity will help you know more. And so you will see more possibilities. You will see synchronicities. You will experience more serendipity. And we're going to have an example of that here with our serendipity doodah exercise. So it's really exciting. And there are many, many, many reasons which we'll continue to explain why you want to become your or reconnect with your original creative self, why you want to strengthen your creativity muscle and make your imagination even more muscular because of the benefits that it gives you to be able to have a bigger world like you did when you were youthful and have the possibilities and the energy and the excitement and the hope and the idea generating possibilities, right? Because then it just starts to flow. So one of the things about becoming more creative, seeing more and knowing more is that I have found anyway that they tend to be what I call pearls of wisdom that suddenly you are aware of, like wow, aha moments, awarenesses of things that feel really like a deep truth that I call deep truths. Now, what I did in my creative experience is I started writing them down. And so over the years, I've gotten a pretty big collection of these pearls of wisdom, right? And so I went ahead and cut them into statements. There are ideas, concepts, philosophies, all in here, the bowl of pearls of wisdom. And with your help, you're going to help me use my intuition to go into the bowl of pearls, and I'm going to shuffle them around and pick one out with your help. And we're going to see what it says and see how serendipitous that statement is, because I believe it will be something that you need right now. And we're going to show that in this exercise. Isn't that exciting? And again, we're doing it with fun and play and openness. It's really a beautiful thing to become more creative and joyful. So let us begin and take a deep breath and collect ourselves. Feel a little centered, feel the ground beneath you. And now I'm going to ask the spirit of the Shaboo Artist Studio and your spirit, your creative original self, to help guide me to select a pearl of wisdom, a serendipitous pearl of wisdom that you need right now. So I'm going to now shuffle through and use my hand, and now I'm going to use my intuition. I think one fell out. Should we? This is serendipity. I have chills right now. This fell out of the bowl. So let's go ahead and select this as our serendipitous pearl of wisdom. And so I'm going to read that now, and it is: the information highway does not possess as many truths as the great outdoors. Isn't that the truth? And how does that possibly apply to you right now? The information highway, the internet, online, social media, who knows what that might mean for you, does not possess as many truths as the great outdoors. And that is going back outside and reconnecting with nature, isn't it? Maybe putting your feet on the grass. One of the most powerful tools that I use to help expand my own creativity is to simply look up. Because when I am thinking here, oh, my problems and I've got to solve this and that, I go outside, I open it up, immediately the ceiling and the ceiling of thought rises into the infinite. And now anything's possible again. So just by reconnecting with nature, you start to see some truths on a microscopic level. Maybe you want to get down on your grass and look at all the little activity that's underneath the blades of grass, and suddenly become aware and kind of have an aha moment. Or maybe you want to look up and see the vastness of the world that you're in, and how maybe some issues aren't as big as they are when put into a larger context like that. And where are maybe solutions out there for what you need right now? Because you know what? Nature has done it all already. And she is our greatest teacher, our greatest instructor. And so many scientists and businesses now look to Mother Nature for solutions and ideas. How does that possibly apply to you right now? And I bet it does. Synchronicity, opportunity, luck, serendipity, all happen all the time. We just don't see it. However, we do see them more when we are living creatively with our hearts open, our eyes open to new wisdom, universal truths. you will have more of these wonderful experiences the more and more you become more creative. So I wonder, with your newfound creativity, the kinds of synchronicities and serendipities you'll experience later today.
When I was a little girl, I believed in fairy tales. I wished my toys would come to life and that my stories could be real. Then through all the noise and confusion, I believed it was all an illusion. The world had faded black and white, nothing seemed to be right. But now I know that how it goes is that my dreams never die. As long as I keep the magic inside me alive. Do you believe in magic? Do you believe in magic? As simple as a wave, special moments made when you believe in magic.